Not everybody's getting paid.
Let's get back to the television.
You got
No,
two.
you're being a homer.
Come on.
No, he said it.
Don't start me.
No,
He's
not
a
bad
bad man. Go Tigers.
Sound Off is ready. Are you?
All right, everybody, and welcome to Sound Off. We're in a different place because of the weather, so we had to change places. Normally we had Caesar's Horseshoe Sportsbook, but we're here today at Seafood Palace. This has got to be one of the
our
best
favorite
seafood places
spots.
in town. Scooter, let me tell you. But we have a special guest with us today that's been on the show before and somebody that's familiar with the area and knows a lot about sports. We want to welcome Mark to the show. Rick has changed his mind. You know, Mark, when we first signed contracts to do this show, Rick said, I will give you a 30-day notice on leaving. We got 2 days, Mark.
2 days?
And
Yeah.
I'm not happy with it at all because we had to get you out in this weather.
Well, Rick's a smart guy. You know, he brings me in, so whenever he comes back, he looks a lot better. So, you know.
Well,
No,
Rick,
Mark, we do appreciate
Rick
you being
will
there.
be back.
Yeah.
He will be back. Mark will be here tonight, and for Thursday's show, Rick is actually in Las Vegas. And
Funny that, Scooter. Imagine that.
yeah, but I got the feeling that he had never been to Las Vegas.
Oh,
Could
he's
that
been
be
there.
right?
Oh, he's been there on
I
company
thought- I
trips
was gonna-
a number of times, Scooter.
I
yes.
know you've been there 100 times. I probably.
He had to put that in, right?
I don't know. I like Vegas. I've been there 5 or 6
nice.
times.
It's nice.
But one thing, he went to the Eagles concert,
Did he?
and he reports that the Eagles is a bucket list and well worth it. But he
Okay.
also, and this is what intrigues me, because like I said, I've been there, done that in
Yeah.
Vegas, but I haven't been since they built that Sphere.
That's different, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
says it is worth the trip alone, and I
Well,
would like to
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
Sphere.
I've seen it from a distance, but
Yeah.
I haven't been in it. But it looks pretty fabulous.
It is.
But guys, thanks for having me. I'm
No,
happy-
Mark, the pleasure was ours, man.
yeah,
You
I'm
coming
happy
in
to
with
be
us
here,
today.
and I know there's a lot
We do
to talk
appreciate
about.
it.
So let's,
it is.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. And Super Bowl teams are set.
They are.
And we'll talk about some of the Super Bowl matchup later. But right now we want to get into those conference championship games.
Yeah.
And two very high, close games. Let's put it that
They
way,
were
close
close.
games. But we'll talk about. Let's talk about. You wanted to talk about Seattle at first, and the Rams first,
Yeah.
Scooter. So let's talk about that game and what you guys thought about it.
Well, you want to go on?
No, you go.
Let me say this. I said from the start, Seattle was probably the most balanced team out of the four that played yesterday. And I don't see anybody beating Seattle right now. I could be dead wrong, but I'm telling you, Seattle has everything that a Super Bowl team needs to have to win it all.
I know it must break every Saints fan's heart that the Rams couldn't get a call late in the game.
No, they
That
couldn't.
kept
Yeah.
them out of the Super
No,
Bowl.
they couldn't.
Yeah.
Karma is something.
We
huh?
all remember how that has
Yeah.
played out in the Rams' favor. I didn't care about either team.
Well,
I'm having trouble with this.
You
whole
have
thing.
those years, Scooter, when you just like,
Anyway.
if it's not somebody familiar like a Saints or a Texan or a Dallas, you know, if it's not a team that you've been with for a long time, it's just good television, okay? That's what it is to me when it's not. But one of my teams were in it, which we'll talk about later, though. But Mark, what's your thoughts on Seattle? I just seeing them being a complete team, man.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. And I think, you know, the interesting thing that we saw Josh Allen as well as Matthew Stafford
Yeah.
not be able to come up big
Yeah.
at the end. You know, they had the goal to go and went 4 downs, couldn't get it in. Allen did that earlier in the
Yeah.
playoffs. I don't think that necessarily tarnishes what those guys do. I think it hurts Allen a lot more than it does Stafford.
I agree.
But, you know, I think that you're right. Seattle, you know, they can win a lot of ways. They can win with defense. And,
Yeah.
you know, the offense had to score yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they had to score a lot on Sunday.
They
Yeah.
did.
So,
All right, the other game, Denver, New England, that was the fun one.
That
It's
was the
always, I
fun.
love a good snow game.
Let me tell you guys.
I mean,
that
you
snow-
played for
yeah.
them. Did you ever get in snow games?
Oh yeah, we
like
had a
that?
couple of them.
Okay.
One was against the Raiders. Let me say this, guys. Watching on television, it's not as cold as you think it is in Denver, guys. It's that dry cold.
I've
And
been
if
to
you know what I
Denver
mean when I
when
say
it
that,
was
it's not
cold.
like that chilling, biting cold we have in Louisiana that just bites you. It's that powdery, soft snow. It's cold, but it's not cold. But, you know, guys, come on, let's be honest now. When Denver came into this game, probably one of the greatest coaches to coach that team, Sean Payton, which we had for a number of years there in New Orleans, did y'all really think they had a chance with the new quarterback? Bo, I hate that happened, but I don't even think it was a game without Bo, honestly. I think he made
Well, it was a
he
game.
made mistakes,
It
but he
was
made
a
mistakes
game,
that
but
cost him, Scooter.
Is that what? I love a good snow game, but not so much maybe when the Super Bowl's on. Let's face it.
No.
And now you can't really blame it on the weather because it was beautiful weather
Oh, it was.
first 2.5
was.
quarters.
It got
and they
brutal.
couldn't score then either.
It got
either
brutal.
team. But it makes me. It does make me wonder. Okay. So fast forward to college. All you hear is everybody talk about, for the college playoffs, they want more games on campus, more games on campus. Do you want the playoffs on the line in weather like that?
Well, but like you say, Scooter, what you said before, both teams have to play in it.
Well, that's true. But I mean, it's more than a great equalizer.
No, I agree.
It turns the game into a farce.
It turns it into a different game than
well,
what
that became the main focus
It
down
did,
the
Mark.
stretch.
It did.
Who can survive and not
Yeah.
make a mistake down the
did.
stretch?
I mean,
And I wanted to see Jared Stidham, what Sean Payton would do with him in an
Yeah.
entire game.
Yeah.
We knew he wasn't going to do great, but if
Yeah.
he could keep it to 10-7 and all of a sudden see what he can do
he
down
had
the
the
stretch.
one awful play that kind of turned it.
Yeah. When he tried to, I don't know what he tried to
I
do,
don't
but
know
it
what
turned
happened.
out
I
to
don't
be a
know
fumble.
either. Bad.
Game
But Mark, let me ask this.
Yep.
When you've got all the things, and look what Sean Payton has done to that team, in 2 years, Scooter?
Right.
I mean, come on, guys. Come on. I mean, it just seems so unfair, man. When he went down, it's like you knew right then, wow, is that going to be Denver chances right there? Of getting a chance to go play in the Super Bowl. And that's what kind of came down to was
Right.
that I thought it would have been a much better game if Bo would have played.
No, I agree. And
I
think-
don't know because he had a broken ankle. I thought he'd have been a big factor.
And that kind of still confuses me as to how that happened, Scooter.
All right.
But that's it. Okay.
Well,
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's take a break. When we come back,
Yeah.
we've got some more things to talk about, and we'll get into all those things. But we'll be back here
Let's do
on
it.
Sound Off in just a second. Well, if your goal is feasting on the region's best seafood, then we have the answer. Easiest place to find here, right on Enterprise Boulevard. Easy to do, open 6 days a week for lunch and dinner. It's got award-winning fried seafood, catfish, shrimp, oysters. It's Seafood Palace.
When disaster strikes, you don't have time to wonder who to call. At Reclaim Restoration, we're your trusted partner, 24/7, 365. Whether it's fire, water, or storm damage, we rebuild, renew, and revitalize your property and your peace of mind. Locally trusted, nationally certified, and voted Acadiana's Choice 2024. Call Reclaim Restoration today at 337-445-6499 and take the first step toward reclaiming your life.
Life changes fast. That's why at Bank FMBD, we keep banking simple, with real people to help when you need it, and easy tools you can use anytime. Wherever life takes you, Bank FMBD is there.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Say hello. Hello. Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
What's bugging you?
Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
We are back here at Seafood Palace, Sound Off. Scooter Hobbs, Kevin Guidry. I am not Rick Serro, and Mark Young filling in. And we'll,
look much better.
But we were right here instead of Caesar's Sportsbook at Horseshoe Casino because all the bad weather, not getting over the bridge. But we'll thaw out soon. Everybody get back to Horseshoe Casino. It's a 5 times credit multiplier, tier credits pulled from gaming activity only. Caesar's Reward Card. Members can swipe at a promo kiosk and to activate and win 5 times tier credits. So when you want 5 times career credits, that means more chances to have fun and win at Horseshoe in Lake Charles.
Well, welcome aboard, Mark. We did notice that Rick is not here this week. You were definitely not Rick. And I think you should be very proud of that. I know I would.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's on your mind?
Well, you know, big news in college football stuff, transfer portal stuff. I've been anxious to be. I'm happy to be on the show. Watched you guys a lot and listened to you talk, read Scooter's stuff all the time. But let's talk about the transfer portal. You know, LSU, the short period of portal history, they have pulled off one of the biggest coups. 42, and then of course we'll talk about McNeese. They got 21 in the transfer portal, but let's talk LSU first. You guys think about it. Did they get all the needs? I mean, obviously they got everything they could get.
Well,
right?
if you get 42 and you didn't get all your needs, you know, I don't know what. I mean, that is. I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around. LSU has it's ranked the best portal class.
It is.
It was last year too, though.
No.
Yes, it was. And
second or third.
how'd that work out?
Yeah.
Not
You know
really.
what? Maybe the secret that we have this time is Lane Kiffin and not Brian Kelly.
Well,
that's what I'm hoping for.
yeah.
Okay. Because.
Well, the main thing that they had, and out of 42, I don't know how you could just pick out 3, but their biggest need, offensive line, obviously. They just had the worst offensive line in school history. Quarterback, they did not have a quarterback. Assumed they would get one.
Right.
And edge rusher, I think. Now, too, you could say wide receiver because there was one wide receiver on scholarship who had 1 career catch after last year.
Yeah.
And they signed, I think, 10 wide receivers.
Yeah,
Saban says they fall off trees in Louisiana.
But let me add this, Scooter, and Mark, I'm going to direct this a little bit at you. When you look at Kiffin, and we've said this a number of times being on the show, Scooter, with you and Andre, you have to go after what your need is and what type of offense you want to run.
Yeah.
You can't get an offense and you want to run spread when you have a pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
And Kiffin knows that. Kiffin knows the people he's getting right now is going to work into the type of offense that he wants to put on the field. And that's how you make winning teams. Brian Kelly, I said it before, guys. You want to run spread, but you don't even have a running back. So how are you going to take the threat off of the defense when you don't have a running back that the linebackers need to focus on or look to? Kiffin is not going to let that happen. Kiffin is going to keep the defense, I assume, guessing on every down, Mark, because that's how you have big plays. And Kiffin's going to have a well of some big plays on offense with the people he's got. And I promise you guys, we will have a running back come this year. I promise.
Well, they have a running back coming back.
Effective. It was not. I mean.
Well, what do you think?
Come on now.
What do you think that would be more about?
You're going off the rails.
No, I'm not. I have yet to see anybody comes close to a Clyde.
Harlem Berry?
He is not a Clyde. Is he a Clyde Hilaire? Is he? Is he close to?
Give him Clyde Hilaire's offensive line, maybe he would have been.
But Scooter, I know what you're saying. But Scooter, look at the games we see play. When you see good athletes, do they have to have a great offensive line?
Yes.
A great one? Well,
yes.
how are they? Well, if that's the case, let me ask you a question. How are they a great back if they have a great offensive line? What makes them great then?
They have to have a good offensive line.
But what
LSU had an awful offensive line last year.
You didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
But Mark, give me your thoughts on that, Mark.
Well, I think that without an offensive line, I think it's like receivers to quarterbacks. I think a good offensive line can make an average back good. A great offensive line can make a good running back great.
I agree.
And I think Scooter's point is valid as well as yours, but I think Scooter's point is valid that with no offensive line, it wouldn't matter.
It's tough, Mark. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It is. It is hard.
So, but, that being said, they went out and spent a bunch of money on this Jordan Seaton guy. How much is he getting, Scooter?
I have no idea. They
no
keep
idea,
that.
but
It was to me. It was simply when all that money was under the table. it seems when it's above board, we never know exactly how much.
Well, there's
they're
no more
making.
I do know that he wanted to stay a couple of days, but his uncle / agent said, we're going to go to Oregon.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that's about, right? That's about bumping the money up some more, right?
Yeah, because I'm still looking.
I'm still, yeah.
And the thing with this is, I think Kiffin knows the mind games that these young players play and everything, and I think he's done it before, and I think he can reel it in to where it's just like, what are your chances on you being the best that you can be with the coaching staff that we have here?
Yeah.
See, kids got to look at this. You don't go to a team because they're paying you the most money. You go to a team to where you can possibly get drafted. That's my thinking, Mark.
Well, yeah, it used to be that way. It used to be that way. It used to be that way.
I think it's half and half now. I mean, they can get to the NFL from just about anywhere.
Yeah, but Scooter, the end result is, if you want to be noticed and if you want to get exposure, you need to go to a team that you know is going to win.
Yeah.
And you're going to be shown every Saturday on television saying, here we go again, we keep winning. So that's all. I mean, kids, money's not everything. Scooter didn't want to accuse me of that all the time, but money's not everything.
Well, look,
we're a team that's going to give you visibility.
We're running a little short, but I want to talk about McNeese's portal real quick.
And
right?
we can get to him next segment too.
Well, we'll do that, but we're going to talk more about that effect next time when we talk about Scooter and his his article and your stuff on the Feinbaum show. We'll talk about all that, about the effects of all that when we have a little more time. Yeah. But right now we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here on Sound Off right after this.
There's regular cold. And then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
What's bugging you?
Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
Reclaim Restoration is your trusted partner serving Southwest Louisiana from Lake Charles to Lafayette. Whether it's fire, water, or storm damage, call Reclaim Restoration today at 337-445-6499 and take the first step toward reclaiming your life.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Say hello. Hello. Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
Life changes fast. That's why at Bank FMBD, we keep banking simple, with real people to help when you need it, and easy tools you can use anytime. Wherever life takes you, Bank FMBD is there.
Okay, we're back. We're going to continue our discussion on the portal, but moving on to McNeese in the transfer portal. We hadn't heard a peep out of them for the first 3 weeks. And then, 21 in our lap now?
21.
And that's opposed to 7 high school
That's right.
signings.
That's right.
I mean, is that the future?
Well, I think Coach Viator has, he doesn't want to go ahead and steer away completely from the high school kids, especially in the area kids. I think, but he also got a taste of what the rest of the league has last year, and now he knows, that every position on his field, save the defensive end position, was wide open. And then they lost the defensive end. Bradford, they lost him. So everything was wide open. He needed to go out, but now he knows what kind of talent he needs to get. I look for it to be a good year for McNeese.
Mark, let me ask you a question, because I know you're pretty close to the McNeese program and everything, and I'm just curious, how big a factor is finance for them right now in football, Mark?
Well, I think it's huge. I think basketball's getting all the love, and I think, a football.
But that's supposed to be your cash cow.
Let's be honest, and rightfully so. The whole town's excited and in love with McNeese basketball, but ask them which one they would like to see more.
Right, exactly.
And that would be right out there in the football stadium.
Well, and football is such a social entertainment event that only happens every so often.
Exactly.
Once a week at the most if you got 2 or 3 home games in a row. But basketball. Basketball. The boys, because of TV, they went to Saturday Monday rotation. which is really hard for people to get out on a Monday night. Yeah,
It is.
but let's go ahead and jump on basketball now that we're talking about basketball.
Okay, let's. I want to go to the women first.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Let's
That
do
all
it.
with you, Kevin?
I'm fine with that.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Big game for. I mean, is this unprecedented? Has there ever been, like, we all know Coach Gazzardo, the women's coach at McNeese, came from Southeastern.
Yeah.
And brought 9 Southeastern players with McNeese. Basically traded teams with Southeastern. They have to go back to her old stomping grounds at Southeastern, and they beat them 72-30. Now, she said there was no bad blood going in,
Yeah.
but after you beat somebody 72-30,
Maybe they just had a good night, Scooter. I don't know.
I mean, is there still no blood?
Well, here's good. Here's what I'll say. I don't think there was any bad blood on the part of the
Not
Southeastern.
before.
Not before the Southeastern coaching staff or the players, because they had no knowledge of what they were happy to be
they
somewhere
were all
now.
on McNeese now.
They
They were all playing for McNeese.
But I would say administratively at Southeastern, I believe there were some people probably stewing quite a bit.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Mark, it happens to a lot of coaches when you go back and play your former team or whatever.
Yeah,
But it's just, I guess, this being so close to home, and I know she's a professional and I know she's a good coach. Was that saying,
She's obviously a good coach.
this is where I need to be now because of the type of coach I am, is here at McNeese?
Well, I think you look at money. I think you look at facilities. I think the Will Wade effect played some things into that still. What's the old saying? You don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's it.
I mean, you can't fault them for doing that.
Yeah. No, you can't.
It's
You
the
can't.
system that created this this however you want to call it. But it's not just the it's not just the 9 players. It was the entire coaching
It's
staff.
it's everybody.
What was it? Coach staff, 9 players. What was it they used to say about Bear Bryant? He can take his and beat urine, and take urine and beat his. Well, that's what she did. She took hers
It's the coach.
to McNeese.
Yeah.
I can't think of a similar situation
I can't either.
to that
I
where
can't, this close to home. I can't.
a whole team came, with somebody.
Let's talk about the guys
Okay.
team. Yeah. So, they are currently second in the conference, but they got a big week coming up next Saturday at Lamar, next Monday at Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah.
And
Those are 2 big games.
that's two big games.
It is.
They've been
Stephen F. Austin's in first place.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Stephen F.
Games.
played McNeese really well. Of course, they're good at home. McNeese has been good at home, and their
They
2
have
losses have been on the road to subpar teams. So, what are we thinking on that?
And you know what, Mark? One of the things that I've always looked at, and the energy of what Coach Armstrong brings to the floor it's good because the defense. I'm going to go on record to say I think he's got probably one of the best defensive teams in the Southland Conference. I mean, you win games by taking the ball from the opponent, and that's what they do well when they press. I've never seen a team press as well as they do the entire game, Mark. It's just not, Mark, when you're trying to get a ball or a bucket. They press the entire game.
Yeah, he's rotating 9 and 10 players, and that always helps. And
better if you're gonna press the whole game.
Yeah, and and it was for the same thing. The girls token, both of those 2 teams mirror each other. They play off a transition. They play off a defense. Volumes of shots. They try to get more volumes of shots than the other team. And but I just go back, Scooter. And I know we're going to get more into this thing when we talk about NIL later. But I go back to when following McNeese basketball in the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s.
Wow.
And you got to know those players. You got to, the guys from DeRitter and Lake Charles, Boston, Lake Charles High School, all those schools. And now, it's just hard to.
I know what you're saying.
For me, that broadcast some of the games, it's hard to get. Every year you got to learn a whole new roster.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's different.
It is
It's
different.
It's
Yeah.
changed a lot.
Yeah. Well, we're going to wrap this one up, and let's take a break. The final round is coming up right here on SoundOff. We'll be right back, guys.
The Horseshoe Lake Charles experience begins with elite gaming in the region's newest and most exciting venue, featuring all your favorite table games and slots. Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe is the legend in sports betting, and speaking of legendary, Gordon Ramsay Steak is above all others, where celebrity chef Ramsay brings his fury of flavor to Southwest Louisiana. Great food and live music at Brews Brothers, and of course impeccable hotel accommodations. Plus, earn big with your Caesars reward card. That's Horseshoe Lake Charles.
There's regular cold. And then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain cold refreshment.
J&J Exterminating is here for you with our water damage sanitation treatments and wood protective borate treatments. There is no charge for home evaluations. Contact your local J&J Exterminating professional.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Say hello. Hello. Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
Performance MVP is Lake Charles' newest full-line music store. Performance carries top brands of guitars, drums, keyboards, pro audio, and all of the accessories. We install professional sound systems in sports arenas, churches, homes, and outdoor living spaces. Performance MVP has 22 years of experience in broadcast video productions, including college and high school sports, television shows, commercials, and live streaming events. Come see our one-stop shop at Performance MVP, music video production.
Well, we're back at SoundOff here at Seafood Palace in Lake Charles. And I want to
great place to be.
Well, I want to take the time to thank Scooter and Kevin for having me in for Rick's.
And you'll be back
Yeah,
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, let him keep missing no more. Let
We
him
didn't
keep
get
missing.
enough of him.
Yeah.
We can redo the contract at any time.
I'll do that. So we got just a short time. Scooter, what else is going on?
Let's see. Notre Dame, the school up north.
Yeah. I was going to say, not the one in Crowley, right?
Not the high school in Crowley caused a little bit of a stir.
Yeah.
When Marcus Freeman, the head coach, was in the area last week, actually in Moss Bluff at Sam Houston, visiting defensive end, I think.
Defensive end,
Albert Simeon at
Big kid.
Sam Houston.
Yeah.
Big kid.
LSU had a coach there. I don't know if the same day, but I know within in the same time. So it looks like who would be some of the other top players in the area next year, you think?
Well, you're going to have the quarterback, which is at prep right now, which is the vital kid.
Yeah, was it Hamilton? And
yes, Mark.
Yeah.
And
Good athlete,
I think there is a running back, if I'm not mistaken, that's over at is it Barb? I want to say Barb.
Yeah,
Barb. That's the kid that's going to be going to LSU also. It's who I'm talking about, Mark, the little kid that plays baseball.
Baseball,
yes. So it's a few kids that I think, but I think a lot of times, Mark, kids just looking at where they can go to just get a chance.
Well, I think your guys get wide-eyed. Yeah, and early on
we
you got to
have
play.
got to go. Yep. And thank you, Mark, and we'll be back Thursday.
Yes. Yeah, everybody stay warm. Thank you.
Not everybody's getting